happens when you make a DNS request. When you request a domain name, your computer first checks its local cache to see if you previously looked up the address recently. If not, a request to your recursive DNS server will be made. A recursive DNS server is usually provided by your ISP, but you can also choose your own. This server also has a local cache of...
Can't get this motherfucker out. Cute.
A recursive DNS server is usually provided by your ISP, but you can also choose your own. This server also has a local cache of recently looked up domain names. If a result is found locally, this is sent back to your computer, and your request ends here. This is common for popular and heavily requested services such as Google, Facebook, Twitter. If the request cannot be found locally, a journey begins to find the correct answer, starting with the Internet's root DNS servers. The root servers act as the DNS backbone of the Internet. Their job is to redirect you to the correct top-level domain server, depending on your request. If, for example, you request www.tryhackme.com, the root server will recognize the top-level domain of .com and refer you to the correct TLD server that deals with .com addresses. The TLD server holds records for where to find the authoritative server to answer the DNS request. The authoritative server is often also known as the name server for the domain. For example, the name server for tryhackme.com is kip.ns.cloudflare.com and uma.ns.cloudflare.com. You'll often find multiple name servers for a domain name to act as a backup in case one goes down. An authoritative DNS server is the server that is responsible for storing the DNS records for a particular domain name and where any updates to your domain name DNS records would be made. Depending on the record type, the DNS record is then sent back to the recursive DNS server, where a local copy will be cached for future requests and then relayed back to the original client that made the request. An authoritative DNS server is the server that is responsible for storing the DNS records for a particular domain name and where any updates to your domain name DNS records would be made. Depending on the record type, the DNS record is then sent back to the recursive DNS server, where a local copy will be cached for future requests and then relayed back to the original client that made the request. DNS records all come with a TTL, time to live, value. This value is a number represented in seconds that the response should be saved for locally until you have to look it up again. Caching saves on having to make a DNS request every time you communicate with the server.
Time to live. A recursive. Okay, that's dope, dude. I don't even know. I still don't even know what subscription even means. Or the C and the canonical name is shop.shopify.com. What is the value of the text record website? Text record of shop. Oh, it's just website domain. That's the hidden. I got a hidden text file on my website too. It's for fucking for Google to authorize that is your website. Numerical. I think it's next 30. 30. What is the IP address for the A record of the website? I'm just doing all this just because I need to get this done. I already know half this shit, but I'm way past all this. I already did that. Fucking pouches. I'm trying to get all this because I already got that done. I just want to get this done real quick before I continue getting all the security operations center done. I want to know more. I like Wireshark. I want to know more about Wireshark, but I'm just anal. I want to get that done. What is the IP address for the A record? They're all 10s, I guess. That's not a real address, but that's it, ain't it? Surely that's it. Fuck. Yeah, man. Ahmed Ab El-Rahim. I don't know how to say that. Ahmed Abd El-Rahim. I think that's how you say it. Got that done. Let's go to HTTP. Try to get all this done real quick. Where's the HTTP? That is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Everyone's blowing my fucking phone up. I know. I wonder if this subscription was that on Twitch or was that on YouTube. I don't even fucking know. Yeah, that was on YouTube. I guess. I think it was on YouTube. Fuck, I don't know. Oh man.
What is HTTP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP is what's used whenever you view a website, developed by Tim Berners-Lee and his team between 1989 to 1991.
Yup.
HTTP is the set of rules used for communicating with web servers for the transmitting of web page data, whether that is HTML, images, videos, etc. What is HTTPS? Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. HTTPS is the secure version of HTTP. HTTPS data is encrypted so it not only stops people from seeing the data you are receiving and sending, but it also gives you assurances that you're talking to the correct web server and not something impersonating it.
You know what? Fucking, I wanted to see. I forgot. It's a Arabic name. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know how to say it. I guess it's Ahmed. Is it Ahmed? I don't know. I want to go back to this. I did not look at that diagram at all. Okay. Recursive DNS servers that's from the ISP. Root DNS servers. That's like the top level domain right there, I think. Okay. I just wanted a visualization of that. Can't say the word authoritative server. That's like the top level domain? Or is that the top level domain? I don't know. I already did it. Alright. on the mock web page. Let's bust this out. I want to get back to the blue team, and I just want to get this done. Okay, wait. What is it saying on the mock web page? There was on the right. There's an issue. Once you found it, what is the challenge flag? There's an issue. Well, it's fucking It's HTTP. Are you watching on YouTube or something? I don't know. I'm on Twitch and YouTube. I can never tell if it's on YouTube or Twitch when people are commenting. I can never tell. Alright. Requests and responses. I hate reading.
When we access a website, your browser will need to make requests to a web server for assets such as HTML, images, and download the responses. Before that, you need to tell the browser specifically how and where to access these resources. This is where URLs will help. What is a URL?
Uniform
Resource Locator. If you've used the internet, you've used a URL before. A URL is predominantly an instruction on how to access a resource on the internet. The below image shows what a URL looks like with all of its features. It does not use all features in every request.
I wonder if, because I remember back in the day, they used to tell you to do HTTP www. I wonder if your DNS server automatically does the HTTP bullshit. Well, let's Google it. Does your DNS server automatically add the HTTP header? It's not a header, is it? It's not a header. No, DNS server does not automatically add HTTP to the domain name. DNS servers are responsible for translating domain names, IP addresses, but they do not include a protocol prefix. So what does that then? Does the server do that? Is this the website server? Yeah, and HTTPS redirects. How would it not be with if it or just? Cause that's IPv6. 4A is IPv6. I don't know. Scheme user. User host domain, yeah. Port. You can play it fast. I don't know. You can. How do you play? It's live. How do you play something fast on YouTube? Ain't it live? It should be live. I don't know, I'm confused. Okay, hang on. Host domain, port. This is weird. I've never seen an address like this. I guess it's just giving you an example of a whole thing. Query string, fragment. I've never seen no fucking URL like that.
Scheme. This instructs on what protocol to use for accessing the resource such as HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, File Transfer Protocol. User. Some services require authentication to log in. You can put a username and password into the URL to log in. Host. The domain name or IP address of the server you wish to access. Port. The port that you are going to connect to, usually 80 for HTTP and 443 for HTTPS, but this can be hosted on any port between 1 to 65,535. Path. The file name or location of the resource you are trying to access.
Yep.
Query string. Extra bits of information that can be sent to the requested path. For example, /blog. ID equals 1 would tell the blog path that you wish to receive the blog article with the ID of 1. Fragment. This is a reference to a location on the actual page requested. This is commonly used for pages with long content and can have a certain part of the page directly linked to it.
I don't know
so
that.
it is viewable to the user as soon as they access the page. Making a request. It's possible to make a request to a web server with just one line get /http/1.1.
I forgot how that works. Well, that's just the GET request. That's just the you got the GET request. Just superseded. What? Oh, fuck, get hit, put, delete, trace, connect. You got reset too, don't you? Oh man, I don't care that much. God, I don't care that much. I'll tell you that. Wow. I don't know. Everything I look at is always
But for a
another
much
question.
richer web experience, you'll need to send other data as well. This other data is sent in what is called headers, where headers contain extra information to give to the web server you're communicating with, but we'll go more into this in the header task. Example request.
Get. So that would be HTTP header, huh? Fuck, we got headers for everything, don't we, huh? Well, that is the actual header. That looks like actually looks like the header of yeah. No, I don't like nothing like that. Yeah, I was getting those confused. It's the protocol you post get. There was just something else I was reading about. It's like reset. Fucking what was I looking at? And I don't want to know what the fuck. I got something mixed up in my head now. Is it packets and frames? Oh, is it a TCP handshake I'm thinking of? Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the TCP handshake. Reset, finish. I knew there was something else there. Yeah, I got Burp Suite right here. That shit's cool. Wireshark on it, Network Miner. I forgot. I don't remember how to even use that motherfucker. To be honest, I haven't done it in a while. I don't have to. Do I have to set up a proxy? I don't remember. Damn, I think I have to set up a proxy, don't I? Let's do that. Oh, that's why I can just use their browser, couldn't I? Fuck, I ain't use Burp Suite in a minute. I already forgot how to use it. One thing at a time. I keep bouncing around doing other shit. Alright, let's see. I'm so tired.
To break down each line of this request, line 1, this request is sending the GET method. More on this in the HTTP methods task. Request the home page with / and telling the web server we are using HTTP protocol version 1.1. Line 2, we tell the web server we want the website tryhackme.com. Line 3, we tell the web server we are using the Firefox version 87 browser. Line 4, we are telling the web server.
I want to know. How do I do that now? That's what I thought. I thought it was something like that. Fucking. Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew it was something like that. There's the GET request. So what, is that the header? Okay, forward. There we go. Why is it not forwarding? What am I doing wrong? Okay. GET pose. What the fuck's all that? There's my cookie. There's my cookie. Yeah, good thing I'm using my actual fucking web browser. That'd be scary. Look at that. Have my cookie up here. Oh. Yeah, that's cool. Where'd my mouse go? Fuck, it's on my other monitor. Damn, I lost my mouse. Where's my mouse? It's stuck on that monitor. Oh, motherfucker. There it is. Alright, yeah. I need to get this done. I just want to get this shit done so I can go back to the blue team and
To
shit.
break down each line of this request, line 1, this request is sending the GET method. More on this in the HTTP methods task. Request the home page with /n.
Now there's the request header. You can send it to the repeater and play with it. You can change some headers there. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's what I was doing. You can change like what it's gonna send back or some shit. And yeah, that's what I was messing with. I was learning about that somewhere. I forgot. And that's pretty cool. You can change the whole request to what you're trying to request and get and whatever. I think you can change the post too. I'm not remembering. Bring down each line. Line 1, this is the GET request.
Line 1, this request is sending the GET method. More on this in the HTTP methods task. Request the home page with /n telling the web server we are using HTTP protocol version 1.1.
Okay, yeah.
Line 2, we tell the web server we want the website tryhackme.com. Line 3, we tell the web server we are using the Firefox version 87 browser. Line 4, we are telling the web server that the web page that referred us to this one is HTTP URL. Line 5, HTTP requests always end with a blank line to inform the web server that the request has finished.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that would make sense. I think anything with a blank line means it's finished. No matter what browser you use, I feel like it always says Mozilla fucking Firefox. Well, sometimes it says Chrome. But no matter, every time I use when I use my Kali Linux machine and shit, it always says it's a Mozilla Firefox. Every fucking time, even if I'm on Chrome or, I don't think that thing's very accurate. Just like when I use fucking Metasploit, it keeps telling me it doesn't never really know what OS I'm really on. It's not even close half the time. It's weird. Example response. Server name. I always forget. Oh, what the fuck is that? What is niggas? Open source web server versus proxy. Huh. Content type, text HTML, content link, 98. HTML header. Does anything even use HTML? Does it still use HTML? This shit. Write down each of the lines. I don't read that.
To break down each line of the response, line 1, HTTP 1.1 is the version of the HTTP protocol the server is using, and then followed by the HTTP status code, in this case 200 OK, which tells us the request has completed successfully. Line 2, this tells us the web server software and version number. Line 3, the current date, time, and time zone of the web server. Line 4, the content type header tells the client what sort of information is going to be sent, such as HTML, images, videos, PDF, XML. Line 5, content length tells the client how long the response is, this way we can confirm no data is missing. Line 6, HTTP response contains a blank line to confirm the end of the HTTP response. Line 7 to 14, the information that has been requested, in this instance the homepage.
There's some servers respond with different content if you change the user agent. For real? I didn't know that. I want to see that again. Browser. I'm trying to understand what it's saying right there. This is from the response? Yeah, that's the response. Well, let me get a fucking response then. Not a brand. Forward. God damn it. I want the response. What am I doing wrong? Ubuntu. There's some bug attackers that can inject some bad payloads In the header. What header? Is this the header in the HTML header? Or HTTP, whatever fucking header? I don't even know what this is. HTTP header? HTML header. Why can't I? What am I doing wrong? For it all. There. Huh. How come none of these are responses? Are these all responses from the? Are these all my requests, or where's the responses? It doesn't look like I'm getting any response. I don't know. I'm confused now. Like Gecko, Chrome, Safari. It's saying all that shit. Sure ain't doing nothing. What am I doing wrong? I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. I'm just trying to see what a response looks like. Gotta be doing something wrong. Do you get responses in Burp Suite? I don't remember. How do you edit this shit? Oh yeah, you just type right now. I forgot you just do that. Larry.com forward. Oh fuck. Did it go to Larry? It didn't go to Larry. Alright, I don't know. I keep fucking with shit. I don't like you change the user age and all that shit. Oh, is that what I'm doing? Send the repeater. Oh, fuck it. I ain't done this shit in a minute, man. I don't know. Repeater and proxy. Okay, this. Alright, how do you send it to the repeater? How does that work? Oh, the test how the server response changes on your app. That's what I was wanting to know how to do. Send a request to repeater anywhere. So how do you send a repeater? How do you do that? How do you do it? I don't know how to do that. Oh, it's my eye. God damn it! I didn't mean to do that. To the repeater in Burp Suite. Why is that so tiny now? What did I do wrong? Why is it like... What the fuck did I do for that to be so tiny now? Did I pin that? Yeah. Burp repeater. Right click on request. Oh. Oh, there. That's all I've been wanting to see. That's all I've been just trying to see. Okay, what happens if I change it? Okay. Well, delete. I want to delete that. I can't. Whatever. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna change that to Larry / Dick. Is there Mozilla 3.0? I don't fucking know. Okay. Oh fuck, what I do? Bad request. No. Fucking. I don't know. Send. Is it sending it back? Did it send it back? I don't know. Let me finish my. I always get sidetracked and shit. Let me finish this shit. I got. Okay. HTTP response contains a blank line confirmed and. Where Which one is that? The blank line. Okay. Set lines 7 through 14. Information as requested in this instance. The home page. All right. Which HTTP protocol is being used in above example? I don't know. 1.1. What response header tells the browser how much data to expect? The content length. Boom. Read that shit for me.
HTTP methods are a way for the client to show their intended action when making an HTTP.
Yeah, I click send. I don't know. I keep fucking with burp suite too much. I don't know. We can get this done. The burp suite shit's fun. I know I did something months ago. I did something with it. It was cool. What?
Request. There are a lot of HTTP methods, but we'll cover the most common ones, although mostly you'll deal with the get and post method.
Yep.
Get request, this is used for getting information from a web server. Post request, this is used for submitting data to the web server and potentially creating new records. Put request, this is used for submitting data to a web server to update information. Delete request, this is used for deleting information / records from a web server.
I didn't know you could do delete requests. Hey, what's up, Angelo? Hey, dog, I'm over here learning and shit, man. Delete request. Okay, what method would be used to create a new account? Post? I don't fucking know. Oh, okay, alright. Well, there's only 4 letters. I couldn't get that fucking wrong. What method would be used to update your email address? Submitting new data to update. That'd be put. Yeah, put request. What method would be used to remove a picture you deleted to your account? Delete request. Is that a real thing? If I'm doing a TCP connection on Facebook and I want to delete something, I don't think I'm going to send a delete request. So I don't really understand that, really. Would that be more for like FTP servers? Example of a delete request. HTTP. Request is a request to remove a specific resource from a server, typically identified by a unique URL. For instance, deleting a user with ID. Would that be like from a SQL server? Or SQL? Not SQL server, whatever. Okay. How does a delete request work? Now I'm fucking, every time I learn something else, I get another question that I've never heard of a delete. I want to see a delete request in action. How does that work? How the fuck do you do a delete request? How do you do a delete request? What's this? Delete request target query. So then I can. What happens? How does that work? Could you do that to any website? And would that be like an attack if you tried to delete a file, send a delete request to a website? Would that be like a form of an attack or some shit? How does that? I'm so lost in how that even works. Wouldn't you need authentication or something? For something like that? I'm lost on that. Accepted, rejected. Yeah, I don't know a lot of these. What's 402? 402's payment required. What the fuck? That's not what I thought. Payment required. Is it 404? I know that's not found. I don't know. What method would be used to view a news article? A GET request. HTTP status codes. Fuck. Oh god, I don't want to do all this. In the previous task, you learned that HTTP server responds. The first line always contains a status code. There's still informing the client of the outcome of the request and also potentially how to handle it. These status codes can be broken down into 5 different ranges. 5 different ranges. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. I'm not reading that shit. You can read it to me.
100 to 199, information response. These are sent to tell the client the first part of their request has been accepted and they should continue sending the rest of their request. These codes are no longer very common.
Okay.
200 to 299, success. This range of status codes is used to tell the client their request was successful. 300 to 399, redirection. These are used to redirect the client's request to another resource. This can be either to a different web page or a different website altogether. 400 to 499, client errors, used to inform the client that there was an error with their request. 500 to 599, server errors. This is reserved for errors happening on the server side and usually indicate quite a major problem with the server handling the request.
Yeah, that's crazy. I just never heard of a delete request. That was so new to me. A delete request? The fuck? I'm gonna look that up later in burp speed. How to perform some of those and shit. That'd be kind of cool to see. Delete Google. Stupid.
Common HTTP status codes. There are a lot of different HTTP status codes, and that's not including the fact that applications can even define their own. We'll go over the most common HTTP responses you are likely to come across.
Boom. Read it to me.
00. Okay, the request was completed successfully.
200.
201. Created a resource has been created, for example a new user or new blog post. 301. Moved permanently. This redirects the client's browser to a new web page or tells search engines that the page has moved somewhere else and to look there instead. 302. Found similar to the above permanent redirect, but as the name suggests, this is only a temporary change and it may change again in the near future. 400. Bad request. This tells the browser that something was either wrong or missing in their request. This could sometimes be used if the web server resource that is being requested expected a certain parameter that the client didn't send.
Yeah, like I just want to like deleting an account from the website. I'm still just trying to visualize how that even works. So I guess everything is. I don't say it's HTTP. I don't know. I just feel like if I was to delete my account on Facebook, would it really send a delete request? I don't know. That's why I just want to see that in action, so I can get a good visualization on really what that
401. Means. Not authorized. You are not currently allowed to view this resource until you have authorized with the web application, most commonly with a username and password.
Right.
403. Forbidden. You do not have permission to view this resource whether you are logged in or not. 405. Method not allowed. The resource does not allow this method request. For example, you send a GET request to the resource /create account when it was expecting a POST request instead. 404. Page not found. The page /resource you requested does not exist.
I bet you get a lot of that.
500. Internal service error. The server has encountered some kind of error with your request that it doesn't know how to handle properly. 503. Service unavailable. The server cannot handle your request as it's either overloaded or down for maintenance.
So I bet a lot of times, a lot of texts it'll probably just give you a 405 error, huh? When you want to do that, click delete it, click delete it. It send delete request to the server. I want to try that. Method not allowed. But I'm assuming on a lot of texts, if you don't do it right, that's what that's saying. If the server wasn't expecting a post request or some shit or a GET request, then I guess you would get. Would you get an error a lot? Would you get a 4 or 5 error a lot if we're trying different texts and it's not, the web server's not expecting those requests or something? I don't know. Click the view site button on the right to see what some of these HTTP status codes look like in a browser. Well, there we go. Click delete. Is that in Burp? Do you have that request in Burp Suite? Is it? Yeah. I don't know. In Burp Suite. And Burp Repeat. Would it be Burp Repeat? No. No. Whatever. Okay. 403 error forbidden. 404 page not found. 503 error. Okay. If you created a new user or blog post article. If you created a new, I don't know. Okay. I don't know, would it be okay? I don't know if I can know. Oh, 201. What response code might you receive if you try to access a page that doesn't exist? 404, know that. What response code might you receive if the web server cannot access a database and the application crashes? 503. Are these right or wrong? I don't know. It still says loading. Okay. What response code might you receive if you try to edit your profile without logging in first? 403. No. Oh, okay. I don't know. Oh, 401. Damn it. 401. All right. Headers. How come I can't get nothing to load on Burp Suite though? I can't get the web pages to actually load. I don't know.
Headers are additional bits of data you can send to the web server when making requests.
I gotta throw this nicotine pouch out. No, like when you put the path there to get word and then click send versus oh, I've not seen that message. Ooh, and these nicotine pouches are strong, boy. Wow.
Headers are additional bits of data you can send to the web server when making requests. Although no headers are strictly required when making a HTTP request, you'll find it difficult to view a website properly. Common request headers: these are headers that are sent from the client, usually your browser, to the server. Host: some web servers host multiple websites, so by providing the host headers you can tell it which one you require, otherwise you'll just receive the default website for the server. User agent: this is your browser software and version number. Telling the web server your browser software helps it format the website properly for your browser, and also some elements of HTML, JavaScript, and CSS are only available
so
in
like
certain
mobile
browsers.
Devices and stuff, huh?
Content length: when sending data to a web server such as in a form, the content length tells the web server how much data to expect in the web request. This way the server can ensure it isn't missing any data.
So I'm assuming on the user agent that's probably really helpful for like mobile devices and shit, so they ain't trying to load a desktop version. What would that look like on my phone? What would that request look like? What a response look like? Whatever. Fuck. If I use my phone, well, I guess it'd be mobile Chrome, and then if I say, use Chrome and make it view as a desktop, I guess it'll just try to open like regular Chrome. I don't know. I wonder what that would look like. I don't know. Anyways.
Accept encoding tells the web server what types of compression methods the browser supports, so the data can be made smaller for transmitting over the internet.
Oh.
Cookie: data sent to the server to help remember your information. See cookies task for more information.
Huh.
Common response headers: these are the headers that are returned to the client from the server after a request. Set cookie: information to store which gets sent back to the web server on each request. See cookies task for more information. Cache control: how long to store the content of the response in the browser's cache before it requests it again. Content type: this tells the client what type of data is being returned, i.e., HTML, CSS, JavaScript, images, PDF, video, etc. Using the content type header, the browser then knows how to process the data.
Yeah, I got long notes here.
Content encoding: What method has been used to compress the data to make it smaller when sending it over the internet?
Content type. Yeah, I've seen that before. Which header tells the web server what browser is being used? User agent. What header tells the browser what type of data is being returned? Content type, I think. What header tells the web server which website is being requested? Host? I think, yeah. Okay. You probably heard of cookies.
You've probably heard of cookies before. They're just a small piece of data that is stored on your computer. Cookies are saved when you receive a set cookie header from a web server. Then every further request you make, you'll send the cookie data back to the web server. Because HTTP is stateless, doesn't keep track of your previous requests, cookies can be used to remind the web server who you are, some personal settings for the website, or whether you've been to the website before. Let's take a look at this as an example HTTP request.
But more of a website, so would that mean, would that be only for if you have a database on the website, I guess? And would that website have to store all those cookies to know which? Yeah, I bet that'd be a big file. But I would assume a website wouldn't want to save cookies if there was no reason to remember someone on that page. Like, there was no database or nothing. If it was just a text-based website, there would be no reason for cookies, I would believe. I would assume so. Get host cookies. The client requests web page from cookies.website. Server responds back with a simple web page with a form asking for the user's name. The client sends back the form, the name set to Adam. Server responds with a set cookie header telling the client to save the data. Name equals set cookie name equals Adam. Okay. On the next and every further request, the client sends the cookie data back to the server. Cookie name equals data. Welcome back, Adam. The server then sees the cookie data. Instead of displaying the form, it displays a welcome back message instead. Huh. If I wasn't streaming, I'll see that in action on my actual, if I go to Facebook or something. But I don't want to display any of that.
Cookies can be used for many purposes but are most commonly used for website authentication. The cookie value won't usually be a clear text string where you can see the password, but a token, unique secret code that isn't easily humanly guessable. Viewing your cookies, you can easily view what cookies your browser is sending to a website by using the developer tools in your browser. If you're not sure how to get to the developer tools in your browser, click on the View Site button at the top of this task for a how-to guide.
I don't know how to.
Once you have developer tools open, click on the Network tab. This tab will show you a list of all the resources your browser has requested. You can click on each one to receive a detailed breakdown of the request and response. If your browser sent a cookie, you will see these on the Cookies tab of the request.
Yeah, I'm not streaming that. Which header is used to save cookies to your computer? Set dash cookie. What's up, Junior? Would you like a guided tour to learn how to get started? Sure. Change your HTTP request method. Change your URL here. Can't see. Click here to send a request. Update your get post parameters here. Okay. Oh, Ahmed. The same guy you've been talking. Are you on Twitch now? I don't know. Can't tell. There's so many different colors. Alright. Make a get request to /room. Get request /room. Go. Okay. What do you want from me? You want this? Is that what that thing wants? I don't know what it wants. Let's see what the hint says. The answer is in the text starting with the letters. Oh yeah. Ahmed Abdelaram. Can I wonder if I can copy that. Is that on Twitch? Just go to Twitch and see. I want to copy that and see how if it tells me how to read it. Yeah, it is on Twitch.
Ahmed Abdelrahim.
Abdelrahim? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Search the guy's name. How to pronounce. Is it, what? How to pronounce.
Pronounce names.
Get to the point. Why does it do that? Why is it a 30 second?
Abdelrahim.
That says French. I don't know. I don't know. Make a get request to /blog. In chat, YouTube not showing there. But YouTube's not showing? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's weird. It's weird. Test. I don't know. I need to make my own chat bot. It always glitches out. I don't know why it does that. Usually works pretty good on YouTube. I don't know how to read that. If I can't read that shit. I wonder if the chat thing can read it. Let's see.
Notice a
Oh my god. Chat thing. I can't even fucking highlight the motherfucker.
ححو أحمد عبد الرحيم.
Oh, that's how you say it. Alright. It's crazy that thing actually read it. Make a get request to the blog and using the gear icon set ID parameter to 1. Wait. Missing get okay, hang on. Set the ID parameter to 1 in the URL field. Well, I'm confused. Using the gear. Set the ID parameter. Which one's the ID parameter? I don't know. Is it it? Fuck, I don't know. Let's try 1-1. I don't know. I'm missing get. Fuck out. Okay, make a get request to /blog, and using the gear icon, set the ID parameter to 1 in the URL field. Oh, man, I don't know what the fuck you want. Entry. Oh, is it? Would be get 1? Is it get? Get 1? I don't fucking know. Is that right? I don't fucking know. Using your set the ID parameter. I don't, man. I'm not understand. I'm not sure what it wants me to do. To 1. I don't, man. What do you mean? Key value. Make a get request to /blog and set the ID parameter to 1. Oh man, it won't let me save it. I don't know what a key. I don't know what it means by key. ID. I don't know, man. Oh, okay. Well, I found the blog. Whatever. I totally don't know what the fuck I did, but it did it. Make a delete request to /user1. Okay. Delete. To /user1. Would it be /user1? Would that exactly what that would be? This user has been deleted. Okay. make a put request to /user2. And the username parameter set to admin. Put. I really don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I wish I can know what this really means. What's the username? Username admin. User has been updated. Post the username of THM and the password of let me in to log in. Let me in to let me in. Username of hang on, now I'm lost. Yeah, I think now it's popping up the YouTube messages now. The fucking chat bot probably got overran. I don't know how to make my own chat bot. I need to figure that out. Post the username of THM. Alright, hang on. THM. Okay. Delete the friend request. Okay, that's one. Well, I figured it out without the hint. Well, that's gotta be done, huh? Congratulations on completing HTTP in detail. Hell yeah, I'll throw that bitch on my LinkedIn. Why not? I'll post that shit. Why not? I don't give a fuck. What's on my LinkedIn? Nothing. Just straight garbage. You know, I want to know. Azure defending Azure path is live. Huh? What is that? What's this? Defending Azure. You have to buy it? That's crazy. There's a league? What the fuck's this league thing? I don't know. Oh, I did that already. What else I gotta do? That's done. Oh, one more. How long will this take? 15. Oh, might as well bust this out real quick. Fuck. One last thing to do. I'll bust this out real quick, and then have all that done. Have a whole whatever done.
Putting it all together from the previous modules, you'll have learned that quite a lot of things go on behind the scenes when you request a web page in your browser. To summarize, when you request a website, your computer needs to know the server's IP address it needs to talk to. For this, it uses DNS. Your computer then talks to the web server using a special set of commands called the HTTP protocol. The web server then returns HTML, JavaScript, CSS, images, etc., which your browser then uses to correctly format and display the website to you.
Yep, request your website in your browser. Address DNS, connect to the web server, view website. Well, that's how it works. That's exactly how that does that. What the fuck? Pre-security. Huh, so I pretty much got all this done. Oh, alright. let's get this done real quick.
Load balancers: when a website's traffic starts getting quite large or is running an application that needs to have high availability, one web server might no longer do the job. Load balancers provide two main features: ensuring high traffic websites can handle the load and providing a failover if a server becomes unresponsive. When you request a website with a load balancer, the load balancer will receive your request first and then forward it to one of the multiple servers behind it. The load balancer uses different algorithms to help it decide which server is best to deal with the request. A couple of examples of these algorithms are round robin, which sends it to each server in turn, or weighted, which checks how many requests a server is currently dealing with and sends it to the least busy server. Load balancers also perform periodic checks with each server to ensure they are running correctly. This is called a health check. If a server doesn't respond appropriately or doesn't respond, the load balancer will stop sending traffic until it responds appropriately again.
Okay.
CDN, Content Delivery Networks. A CDN can be an excellent resource for cutting down traffic to a busy website. It allows you to host static files from your website, such as JavaScript, CSS, images, videos, and host them across thousands of servers all over the world. When a user requests one of the hosted files, the CDN works out where the nearest server is physically located and sends the request there instead of potentially the other side of the world. Databases: often websites will need a way of storing information for their users. Web servers can communicate with databases to store and recall data from them. Databases can range from just a simple plain text file up to complex clusters of multiple servers, providing speed and resilience. You'll come across some common databases: MySQL, MS SQL, MongoDB, Postgres, and more. Each has its specific features.
Uses SQL.
WAF, Web Application Firewall. A WAF sits between your web request and the web server. Its primary purpose is to protect the web server from hacking or denial of service attacks. It analyzes the web requests for common attack techniques, whether the request is from a real browser rather than a bot. It also checks if an excessive amount of web requests are being sent by utilizing something called rate limiting, which will only allow a certain amount of requests from an IP per second. If a request is deemed a potential attack, it will be dropped and never sent to the web server.
How'd you find me? I was trying to remember, how'd you find me on Twitch so fast? Is it the same name? So can you just copy that, search that, and then find that on Twitch? Is there any, oops, shit. Oh, so you could just search that and it'll pop up. I was wondering how people find that. What can we use to host static files and speed up clients' visit to a website? CDN. What does a load balancer perform to make sure a host is still alive? A health check. What can we use to help against the hacking a WAF? A wet ass fart. Boom.
How web servers work. What is a web server? A web server is a software that listens for incoming connections and then utilizes the HTTP protocol to deliver web content to its clients. The most common web server software you'll come across is Apache, Nginx, IIS, and Node.js. A web server delivers files from what's called its root directory, which is defined in the software settings. For example, Nginx and Apache share the same default location of /var/www/html in Linux operating systems, and IIS uses c:/inetpub/www root for the Windows operating systems.
What's
So,
IIS? The fuck's IIS? Oh, IIS.
for example, if you requested the file HTTP URL, it would send the file /var/www/html/picture.
I want. Is that really there? Must be shit in here. Huh, that's cool. That's cool. What the fuck are these? What the fuck are these EULAs? What the fuck is all this shit? I don't know what any of this shit is.
.jpg from its local hard drive. Virtual hosts web servers can host multiple websites with different...
Whoa, hang on. I'm still stuck on that.
C://inetpub/www root for the Windows operating systems. So, for example, if you requested the file HTTP URL, it would send the file /var/www/html/picture.jpg from its local hard drive. Virtual hosts web servers can host multiple websites with different domain names. To achieve this, they use virtual hosts. The web server software checks the host name being requested from the HTTP headers and matches that against its virtual hosts. Virtual hosts are just text-based configuration files. If it finds a match, the correct website will be provided. If no match is found, the default website will be provided instead. Virtual hosts can have their root directory mapped to different locations on the hard drive. For example, one.com being mapped to /var/www/website_1, and two.com being mapped to /var/www/website_2. There's no limit to the number of different websites you can host on a web server. Static vs dynamic content. Static content, as the name suggests, is content that never changes.
You're limited to how big your hard drive is on the web server.
Common examples of this are pictures, JavaScript, CSS, etc., but can also include HTML that never changes. Furthermore, these are files that are directly served from the web server with no changes made to them. Dynamic content, on the other hand, is content that could change with different requests. Take, for example, a blog. On the homepage of the blog, it will show you the latest entries. If a new entry is created, the home page is then updated with the latest entry, or a second example might be a search page on a blog. Depending on what word you search, different results will be displayed. These changes to what you end up seeing are done in what is called the backend with the use of programming.
There's a cat in my porch. There's still cats. Yeah, they're just chilling there. Yeah. Yeah. They're just chilling there. Yep, they're just chilling there. That's great. There's cats just sitting on my porch. Oh fuck, where was it?
And scripting languages. It's called the backend because what is being done is all done behind the scenes. You can't view the website's HTML source and see what's happening in the backend, while the HTML is the result of the processing from the backend. Everything you see in your browser is called the frontend. Scripting and backend languages. There's not much of a limit to what a backend language can achieve.
Okay, hang on.
Dynamic content, on the other hand, is content that could change with different requests. Take, for example, a blog. On the homepage of the blog, it will show you the latest entries. If a new entry is created, the homepage is...
Look what fucking... I walked out on my porch and look. I don't know if you can see it. Let's try to see. Let's see if y'all can see it. Alright. There's the video. Oh, there's the fucking... Yeah, I was looking at my camera. I was like, "There's cats on my porch, just sitting on my fucking porch. There's just cats chilling." All right, damn it. Let me.
Then updated with the latest entry, or a second example might be a search page on a blog. Depending on what word you search, different results will be displayed. These changes to what you end up seeing are done in what is called the backend with the use of programming and scripting languages. It's called the backend because what is being done is all done behind the scenes.
I don't know what it say. For example, on the homepage of blog, if a new entry is created, the homepage is then updated with the latest entry. Search page on a blog. Depending on what word you search, different results. Okay.
You can't view the website's HTML source and see what's happening in the backend, while the HTML is the result of the processing from the backend. Everything you see in your browser is called the front end.
Okay.
Scripting and backend languages, there's not much of a limit to what a backend language can achieve, and these are what make a website interactive to the user. Some examples of these languages.
Bro, I got my YouTube. I don't even know I have my YouTube on my Twitch. Is it in my profile or some shit? I don't even know. Where's it showing you that? Oh, right there. Okay. I forgot I even did that. Now I got 800 subscribers. Fuck, I didn't know I had 800 subscribers. Fuck.
No particular order P, are PHP, Python, Ruby, Node.js, Perl, and many more.
Fuck, I've been trying to read this one fucking paragraph forever. I keep
There's not much of a limit to what a backend language can achieve, and these are what make a website interactive to the user. Some examples of these languages, in no particular order P, are PHP, Python, Ruby, Node.js, Perl, and many more. These languages can interact with databases, call external services, process data from the user, and so much more.
Really
a very basic PHP example of this would be if you requested the website HTTP URL. If index.php was built like this, HTML...
Now what time is it in India right now? Time is it in India? Damn, it's early right there. It's 8. Damn, it's 12 hours away. Fuck, man. Or it's 9. Well, it's 10. Damn, it's almost 10 p.m. here. That's 14 hours away? Is that 14 hours away? Or is it 8 hours, 10 hours away? I don't fucking know. That's crazy. That's crazy. I gotta get this done. I'm on the last fuck. I'm about to be done with this so I can go back to the blue team.
Body hello, PHP echo $_get name / body / HTML. It would output the...
Oh, what the fuck is it talking? Very basic. Yeah. I remember PHP BB. Is PHP BB a form of fucking a scripting language? What is PHP BB? I remember PHP BB had a bunch of fucking vulnerabilities in them. That's just a different form of PHP. What is PHP BB? Because I remember that shit used to get hacked all the fucking time. It's PHP based, I know that. Chandu. What's up, Chandu16? Yeah, I remember that shit was big. Why are so many people watching when I'm not even doing nothing interesting? People watching this shit, but when I'm doing fucking attacks and shit on blue and red team, and no one watches the damn, no one ever watches the damn stream. The PHP is just open source. It's foreign software, but it's just PHP based. That's what I thought. I knew that shit was very vulnerable. I got him right. If index PHP was built like this, HTML body, PHP echo get name, body HTML, it would output the following to the client. HTML body, hello Adam. Hello, oh, get name, his name is Adam, okay. Heck those people. Heck those people. You'll notice that the client doesn't see any PHP code because it's on the back end. Could you see that? No, you can't see that with Burp Suite because it's only a server end. Is this the only website? Well, you got Hack the Box, but I don't know. TryHackMe is. I don't know. I think TryHackMe is like the best one. Right? I know there's like tons of other websites, but this is the only one that really teaches you shit. All the other ones is just it's like I don't know virtualization shit, like where it just virtualizes attacks and shit like that. This does the same thing. I don't know. I like TryHackMe. It's pretty good. You can spend forever on this motherfucker. Like I'm almost done. I'm just on the learning path. There's so many things to do there. I'm already done with that. Might be done with that. I want to go to. I was having fun with the penetration, the red team and shit. I was having fun with that, but I figured I need to learn the defensive side of shit first, then go to attacking. But attacking shit is fun. I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to get this done. So I want to go back to Wireshark. I don't know what Brim even is. I gotta learn more about Brim. Man, I tell you what, Zeke and Snort was fucking hard, man. That shit was fucking hard. Alright, I'm 98% done. Let me finish this shit. You'll notice that the client doesn't see any PHP code because on the back end, this interactivity opens up a lot more security issues for web applications that haven't been created securely as you learn in further modules. Huh? How is that a security issue? Create security as you learn, as I'll learn in further modules. I never learned about that. Fuck, I'm all the way in SOC level 1. What does web server software use to host multiple sites? Oh fuck, virtual host? Is it virtual host? What is the name for the type of content that can change? Dynamic. Does the client see the backend code? Nay. Boom. Alright, take the quiz. Whatever. When placing tile in the correct position, it will highlight in green. When a tile is in the wrong spot, it will highlight in red. Make sure not to refresh the whatever. Okay, was it? Am I supposed to do this in order or something? Query root server. Connect. Okay. Query root server defined. DNS server. Sorry, it's the okay. Request passes through web application firewall. Port Swigger. Okay, there's a lot of websites out there. I know that. I just know TryHackMe will keep me busy for a while. And I think it's one of the better ones. Okay. It goes through the web application firewall. And then no, okay, whatever. It goes through the web application firewall. One of these bitches got me green. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna say that one. Oh, okay. Request passes. That was my first guess, but I guess whatever. Request passes through a load balancer. Would it not be? How is it not that? Okay, it goes through the load balancer. Then it it connects to it. Then the web application talks to the database. How's it not talking to the database? Whatever. Get request. And render it. No, to render it, it'll be the last one. Then you'll get that. Then it'll render it. Fuck. Alright, I'm fucking finally done so I can go back to the blue team and shit. I was just so anal about that shit. I just wanted to get this done so I can go back. This takes forever. I already did all this shit. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I can go back to the SOC level. Level 1. Then I can try to get certificate. Brim. Oh god, I'll do Brim tomorrow. Only got 56 points for that shit. World Wide Web. I'm already done. I already did all that. I already did all that. Dashboard. Yup. Rank 10. Hell yeah, I'm 10 now, boy. Should have got way more points for that. Where am I looking for? I should have got another certification, shouldn't I? Review profile. Complete top 4%, boy. What's up? Oh damn, I'm on a 58th day streak. I didn't realize that. Shouldn't I have 2 of them now? I got that done, and I got that done. Shouldn't that be a certification? Oh, not like a real cert, but you know, like the room certificate. Shouldn't I have 2 of them bitches now? I got that done. Shouldn't I be giving me another one? I thought when you complete, that's done, ain't it? I got that one done. No. I thought, does it not give you one for that? I thought does it take a minute? That's weird. Huh. I thought it should give you one for that. I mean, I've been doing both. I don't know. It's fuck, man. If you can, I tried both. I don't know. Twitch and YouTube are like the top ones. Then you got Kick on all other shit. But I tried Kick, and Kick sucks, man. Every time I try to stream the Kick, that shit, it just doesn't work. I always have a problem with Kick. I like YouTube because I got like really fast internet. I got 2.5 gig up and down, and YouTube lets you you can go up to like, there is no cap on how much data you can uplink for the bit rate. You can do 30 megabits a second. It'll let you stream in 4K. That's why I like YouTube. Twitch, the limit on Twitch is like I think it's like 8,000 gigs is all 8 gigs 8 megabits 8 megs is all it'll let you do. 8 gig. I would damn. I'd be cool to do 8 gigs. But I don't really get that much that many people really watching my shit. I've been streaming on Twitch and YouTube for like months. Every now and then I'll get like 5-10 viewers. A lot of times just no one's watching. Why is it? I feel like I should have another certificate. I got that done, didn't I? Oh, complete room? Oh, okay, there we go. I was gonna say, didn't I fucking just do this? Complete room. I would try it though. If you try streaming on Twitch and shit. Office security intro. I'm confused. I did all this. I'm done. Share it. That's good. Whatever. Go there. Why? Shouldn't I have 2 of them bitches though? I'm so confused. I should have 2 of them. I got 2 of them completed. I don't know. Well, it's fucking late. I'm going to bed. I'll do Brim tomorrow. I don't want to do it right now. So I guess I'll do Brim. Oh man, this shit's starting to get hard on this shit though. Fucking 58 days. Alright, y'all. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll be on again tomorrow. Good night.